What happened here? Server not responding. Oh no, not highlights, view, channel info. Oh, whatever. I didn't drop any frames. Hopefully it's still working. And hopefully someone's still watching and let me know if it's not working. But for now, I guess emoji can be a string. So emoji is either partial emoji or a string. I guess I can just Google this. Discord emoji strings. Try convert string. Fishing pole and fish. Does it say for the bot to be able to react with the standard built-in emojis needs the emoji to be just the symbol, not fishing pole. That only works with custom emojis. Name and ID. I do have a custom emoji. How do I get emoji ID? Discord emoji ID. You can get ID of the role. Okay, I don't really care about the role. How to get emoji ID? That sounds right. Emojipedia. Not gonna use that. And the custom emojis, though the one in your picture is Unicode. It's found. Yeah, use developer tools, but I think it's disabled now. Or the keyboard the shortcut changed. What does it say here? Pasting anything here? What are you talking about? Give attackers access to your Discord. Pasting anything here. Okay, then open that. You inspect elements and discover you are warned and offer the job. What? That's nonsense. Made another Discord animation. Okay. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, let's back to Google. Opening developer tools on Discord. That's what I actually want to do. Enable developer menus. Control-Shift-J. Control-Shift-I. Okay, let's try this. Sounds about right. Control-Shift-I. Oh yeah, it worked. Nice. Give me a second. I'll show what I'm talking about. They do this. Let's go into chat with configuration bot. So this is what I'm looking at. Let's see. Okay, I think this will. This is good. So this is Discord, and Discord's development tools. And what I want is, let's see, add an emoji. Quite annoying to pick one. I have an emoji on my Discord. Do you know Oki's channel got banned on Twitch? Ah, what? Why? What happened? I have I haven't heard of it. Yeah, I'm really curious though. How banned on Twitch? Are they mad? So yeah, this is my emoji, and I want to inspect that. So yeah, this is the emoji, custom emoji from my Discord. Okay, this is the image. Emoji, class emoji. Data ID. I get Where's the actual emoji ID though? Is it here at all? It should be somewhere around here. I don't see it though. I doubt it's gonna be in the text part. Hey, the bots are back. This emoji, blah blah blah. Overflow. Yeah, I don't see any IDs. Appreciate it. This should be familiar to you, because well, it is pretty much an HTML page. Try looking at this emoji in chat. The wrong one. Test. Oh, this is the wrong place. Is it the one? It is, yeah. So you're learning the right things. Now you can see how how complicated this all gets. Chat message, and the chat has that's my image. Emoji container. Getting close. Date ID emoji. label is this the ID they are talking about? 6920 and ends in 20, like data ID. This is the ID I should be using to get my emoji to be on a button. It might be. Style button. Here's the code. Oh yeah, there it is. Button and emoji. Let's have it as a string. And I think it still needs its name, which is re. See if this works. Then semicolon, something like this. Right. Then I create. What's the name of that row? Don't remember. It's here. Action row. Okay. Let's name it something like action. Action row. It's just an array with button 1 side and see, components is another array made out of action rows. So it has action row inside as an only member of the array, and we return. That is what we actually return. Return components. Yeah, why you can't you write it like this? Like how is let me find this. I'm really annoyed at this. If you can't tell. Where is it? Yeah, how is this more readable than this? Like that's I don't get it. Like it pretty much doesn't. Well, it only has one button inside, but adding more buttons wouldn't affect readability. I would just have multiple lines of defining multiple buttons, add them to the action row, and that's it. It would be the same thing. But this has to be in like one line of everything is defined in the actual method call. I don't get it. Like someone please, well, if someone knows, please explain to me. So, I feel like I'm being dumb because everyone is doing it like this, and I just don't understand why. I imagine they say it's more readable, but how I fail to see. Whatever. That was my quick developer rant about developer nonsense. Right. So test button method, blah blah blah. I guess I don't really have to. Okay, let's rename it to something more. Test buttons. Okay. Component. Let's do the components and sends. Right. In theory, what I expect to happen. Okay, it's not running anymore. So if I run this code and it crashes. Even client to bot. What? Oh, this was client event. Okay. Okay, generated the test button new method in a dumb place and broken this thing. Okay, that doesn't matter. Wait, client object has no attribute wait. What? Where does this wait come from? Yeah, this is a new line. Oh no, actually I need check config. What? Okay, whatever. Hopefully that wasn't important. I don't think it was important. Okay, now it works. Sheet login. So now the testing part. Okay, let's close this. And now when I interact with it, it crashes. Amazing. Object has no attribute send. What? Message channel send. I guess it is talking about this, yeah. Response. So I guess it doesn't work like it used to. Wait, if I just don't... Well, I'll just make it the way it used to be. I think this is just wrong. Let's see. Let's undo everything. When did I change that? Yeah, there was no wait, client wait. Let's undo my undoing. Right. Okay, if I only send the response like it used to, will it work now? No, it just doesn't have send. Damn it. That's annoying. So how do I actually send a message to DMs using this new library? It's all about these bots. Like, I think it doesn't support normal functions. Let's see. A message. I guess I can just do some debugging and see what happens inside. I'm not sure if that's gonna help though. It's logged in. Okay, let's switch to debug, and here we have our message. The message has a bunch of stuff. It's instance. Message instance. I need channel. Channel. It's an object. It's generic object. Okay. Object with an ID. So let's look at the documentation a little bit. Okay, this is quick start. Where's the reference to the actual documentation? And additions and adjustments. Love those adjustments. Event on button click. Raw button click. Interaction. So I guess it sends interactions now instead of do I get an interaction as a response? Only get a message. Yeah, I don't see any interaction instances. Because this is oh, this is an event on message. Let's see what does it say about interaction. This location, Discord enums. Seems like it's gonna be a bit of a headache to figure out. But, you know, that's why it is what it is. It usually is a headache to figure out. Update message, message with source. Respond to an interaction with a message. What the hell? So I need to send an interaction myself? If I wanted to have buttons or something. Let's go to the start. Look at the quick guide. It sends. It only sends components and that's it. It sends the message itself and components. The only difference is that it has context. Does this have context? See, channel doesn't have anything to do with context. Content. Yeah, that's my message. Yes, components is, well, nothing. So no components. Channel mentions channel and was just a dumb object. That sucks. I want to check what's the type of the channel, because I'm pretty sure it returns a proper channel when I use the old the old library. And to do that, channel, I just make a channel ID created at, it's just a timestamp. Well, whatever, it's on stream. I guess I can rewind and or can I? Well, whatever. Channel is just an object which has two parameters, not parameters, properties, yeah. It has created at and ID. So let's uninstall Discord by message contents. Yes, I want to uninstall it, and then I install Discord Pi again. 1.7.3 is now installed. So when I stop this and run it again, oh, it doesn't know what button is now. Okay, let's not use that just yet. And this can be, all of this can be commented out as well. Okay, let's do it again. Oh, yes, it will crash if when I press the button. Okay, now it should be fine. Okay, now let's look at the, what do we get as channel? Channel, DM channel. Like, this is a normal object. Like, it's a proper, it's not just a generic object, it actually creates an object. Like, yeah, this sucks. Because I use this channel to respond. Okay, so I'm not crazy. It definitely works differently. Well, in a very essential way. At least for my use case. Right. File. Do you want to save your changes? No, I don't really care. Error place. Yeah, emojis. Yeah, all the classes that yeah, were updated as well. Right. Detected variables. E. Recipient. Yeah, so it has all the proper information. And it is instance of DM channel. Doesn't have DM channel, maybe? Let's see, where does it come from? Can I actually find out? Discord, let's go to Discord. Let's try looking for DM channel. It's not defined here. Channel. Text channel. Yeah, we can look at the outline. Text channel, vocal, voice channel, stage, EM channel. So it has this definition. Messageable, hashable. Amazing. Yeah. And it defines, it can has methods, type, create, blah blah blah, and I guess it inherits messageable. Oh, so messageable, that's where the send comes from, I imagine. Where is it? Don't see it. Messageable, send, yeah, so it has send defined. Which I kind of use. Right. I guess I need, well, since I get the ID, the ID is actually, is the ID actually the same? Seems kind of important. Channel ID. Oh, logs are the same. Let's just save it for later. Events. Should I? Yeah, let's save it here. Channel ID. So this is the channel ID when it's actually working properly. So now if I continue running, I get the response that I expect with the menu. So it actually works now. Time to do the same rigmarole again. Install Discord. Yes. Now we install iMessage components. This is fun. Development is fun. If it looks like a hassle, it's only because it is a hassle. Okay, it is logged in now. Do another message. Let's see. Message and channel. This channel is generic object. Yeah, the ID is the same. So I have at least something to work with. Now, how do I get? Let's see. Let's look at the client. There's the client. Client. Discord client. If I wasn't lazy, I would go look it up on the official documentation, but I don't think it actually defines, like, it obviously, those libraries are not, well, even though one is based on the other, it doesn't really have all the functionality from the original one. So I don't really trust the documentation itself. Get all channels. I want to get channel. So I can just use channel and channel ID. And I should get the actual channel I use to send message. And hopefully the channel... Okay, let's try using this. Let's see. So channel is a DOM object with an ID. Right. It's menu, not menu, new bot. So before I send, okay, let's... I guess we can keep the context in case I need to look something up. Right. How does it actually work? Do I just write chan equals await client get channel, then I pass message channel, use its ID. Instead of this, then when I send, I use this. Okay. Yes, we can do another test. Well, it's not a test. I sometimes say test when I mean just to check, because this is not testing, this is just checking, and those are very different things. And it crashed. Await non-type can't be used in await expression. Await. So this is not how you use await. Object non-type can't be used in await. Oh, what? Is client non-type? Wait. Or message? Well, channel is just an object, it's not none. Which of these are none? Client is none? That would be sad. Well, I use client here, so... Okay, let's try it again. This time before it crashes. Okay. Let's see. Client is global. Where is it? User messages client. Here it is. Client is a normal client. It's supposed to be, so it is set. So get channel shouldn't be an issue. Message and channel and the ID. All checks out. Name error, chan is not defined. Well, this is where I define it. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I feel like I'm doing something very basic, very wrong. Okay, let's just Google. I think I'm just dumb and don't know how to use Python. Because I think that's not how you can await for a function to return something. I think Stack Overflow will be filled with these sorts of questions. Do something, print something, async, await, yeah. Okay, let's see a problem. Await emote. Oh, well. Emit. Emote, this doesn't really help me. Type. Is this part of the same? No. Wait. Client and what? This even client event. This looks awfully familiar. Someone's must be playing with Discord as well. Is the code okay? Let's look. I don't see any mention of Discord. Oh, Discord bots. Okay, programming. Okay, so this. Client send. Trying to get the channel. Get channel. Oh, it doesn't use await at all. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I'm just being dumb. Yeah, it doesn't have a asynchronous definition. Okay, I'm just dumb. Shouldn't crash. Keyword being shouldn't. Where's my blah 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 Discord message? It stops. Yeah, I got the channel. None. Amazing. So get channel didn't do anything. Why is channel none? Okay, let's take this ID. Client get channel. ID is this. Is this current context? I need to actually do the print thing. Print none thing. Okay. Is there a different method for getting client get all channels guild emoji CDM? Doesn't see anything like that. That's why uploading file. Okay, I'm not really care about uploading files. Discord by getting DM channel. I get users private message channel on Discord by wait client start private message the user channel, so it gives me the channel. First message to user. Well, I don't want, there is any simple way to do this currently. There might be plans for user DM channel in the new version, but for now, I think this library is just not complete. Like, it's not really usable. Yeah, let's try this again with the old one. I'm pretty sure the old one will find the channel. Install. See, it's not installed. What? Successfully installed. What? Okay. Oh. I want to run it, I want to debug run. And do the same again. Yeah, now it finds the channel. It just doesn't have DM channel, so the new library just I guess it doesn't support DM channels or don't understand DM channels. Like, not the new, the, well, quote unquote altered, upgraded version. Okay. So all of this library is just nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense, but it's not really usable. Eleven online. 4, 8. Right. Let's ask people on Discord. Well, it's taking its time to join. Didn't fail to join? Don't see it. My Discord is... we should set an error or something. So the Discord doesn't actually exist. Started to think that's a scam. Starting to look a lot like a scam. Okay, at least I have a somewhat better understanding now what I'm looking at. Can try looking at the Discord Pi documentation again. See components. Will it find anything? API reference. Client attributes. Well, I need send. Methods send. Okay, maybe, well, I guess it's under messageable. Messageable. Methods send. Embed file, delete after allowed mentions, reference. Doesn't have anything to do with components. Right. Rich embed for the content. Oh, yes, we can take a look at the embeds. Do they have video URL, timestamp, title, thumbnail, description? Okay, it doesn't look like it has anything like buttons. Send, copy. Well, that kinda sucks. I can't actually use the new buttons. If I have to choose, either I'm not able to send DMs with my bot, or I can't use buttons. And, well, I guess the choice is kinda obvious, because I kinda need to have DMs. Like, I don't really have a choice in that regard. Kinda sucks. On the library? Oh. I think I have them on Discord. Let's see, Python API, Discord API, and Python Discord Pi. Let's see, so this is what I'm looking at. Discord Pi. Oh, I don't really want to go to the searches. Go to the end. Right. Guess I can try asking about voice client. See if people are even talking about components. I'm using the Discord message builder to add components. Can someone help me with construct? Trying to add buttons to... Okay, let's see what people said to him. Discord message builder. I tried, but none of it worked. Okay. Use DS ARP Plus. Doesn't sound reputable. Something like that would be nice. Add button. Oh, it's .NET. Okay. Yeah, it sounded... it looks a little bit odd, yeah. .NET Sharp General, I only care about the Discord... what's that name? Discord Py? Python. Python... Let's actually work like that. Python Discord -py. Try looking for something TTX voice. Yeah, it doesn't find anything with this. So it's either searches in all the channels or none. How do they make it? History from, has, after, in. Python. Discord Py. And I'm looking for components. Good afternoon. I use Discord components module and for some reason the buttons don't work for me. Buttons are being created, but there is a silence in the console even about the blah blah blah. And get channel. How can I make a button to delete? Yeah, these are quite recent. From Discord import. This requires 2.0 alpha. Ooh. So I guess the actual library is not finished yet. Hey, welcome. I don't remember seeing you around. Are you new? Well, new to the stream. And most likely, okay. So this is, yeah. Well, currently I'm struggling to use the library to actually add the buttons. Well, I'm not sure how much do you know about development in general. If you're just... what I'm using this Discord Py to actually write bots for Discord. That's what I'm doing. I'm currently making my own Discord library at the moment. Are you? What? Yeah, well then you're the right guy to ask. I have a lot of questions. because I was using Discord Pi. Well, I'm still using Discord Pi. Where is my console? So yeah, I'm using Discord 1.7.3 Discord Pi. So this is like, I imagine this is what 99% of the Discord bot developers use, or at least used to use. Also tried this thing, Discord Pi message components, because I'm trying to implement buttons into my bot. So, and the issue I'm having, this updated library, I think it's like a fork. Discord Pi is discontinued though, so I would recommend looking into forks or another lib altogether. And what would be like, and it is discontinued, that sucks. So what do people use if it's not Discord Pi? Let me check, what do they actually link to in their documentation? Let's see. That's not the right page. Intro, search, Python. What do they actually link? Interactions, Python. Wait, wasn't this Flask? This like, oh okay, so it's not even. To be honest, I am not sure. I don't think the landscape has settled down yet. I have not tried Discord Pi fork yet, but I did like Yakri plus Tanjan. I have, well, I've never heard of either of those. Discord interaction, so I guess I need to use one of these. Yeah. Well, I've originally made this bot years ago, so that's why I was using Discord Pi. I think it was linked here in the Python section. Interactions. Wait, is there anything else? Search. Python. Hikari is the main lib, while Tanjan is a command handler for Hikari. It is a bit different from Discord Pi, so a fork of Discord Pi v2 might be best. Well, being different doesn't mean like it's bad. I don't mind switching it. Well, I guess a lot of the code will be different, but yeah. Well, I'm rewriting the bot anyways, so might as well use something that's mainstream. I was more thinking about the work to refactor it. Yeah, well, I'm refactoring it anyways. Like this is, well, this iteration, well, this bot in general was written like, this is terrible. I'm ashamed to even show this, but I will. Maybe it will teach me a lesson. Well, I had good excuses. I have a bunch of good excuses why I did it like this, but like this is my current bot. Like this is 1000 line of spaghetti. Like this is current implementation. So even maintaining, like look at this. Handle user message, and this is the code that handles user message. Like trees of ifs. Yeah, it is in the whole bot is in one file. There are no class definitions, like there is no a single class. If you look at the outline, like it's methods and a bunch of constants and variables. Tell me at least you used commands extension. No, I don't use commands extension. Like my bot doesn't use commands. Well, it functions a little bit differently. Because when you say commands extension, I think I assume you mean you type like a symbol, like exclamation mark, and then a command. It's so my bot doesn't actually interact with users like that. Yeah, so yeah, this is not how my bot works. I can give you a demonstration. So my bot actually works in DMs, and it goes through menus. So Discord is trying to stop people from doing that. I don't think it's a good way to interact with the users anyway. I much prefer like having like, well, because it doesn't do one specific thing. Like it's meant to be like a guide. Well, this bot that I'm making, like you to use / commands instead. Well, like, it doesn't really matter what. I don't really want to implement commands myself, because it's not how I intend my users to use the bot, because it's meant for management. It's like a wizard to guide a user who has no idea. Like, it's meant to be used by people who don't really know much about bots or IT in general. So laymen who just know how to play the game. Fair enough, buttons will be perfect for that. Yeah, exactly. That's why when I saw that the buttons are like now a thing, because when I was originally making it, it wasn't like buttons were like there was nothing like buttons. Like the new thing was the commands that you're talking about. That's when they started implementing that and pushing developers to implement that. And well, I just didn't go for it because it wasn't meant to be like that sort of experience. So yeah. So this is how it works. Like you get a menu and you select what you want to do. And now how it works, you just type in a number and then it gives you a second menu. And then you can, okay, I want this to set up this bot, then it gives a full list what you need to do. Say I want to select name, it asks for a name, enter name, then it returns you back, it shows that the name is set, and like this is how it works. I just got commands working last night. Okay. Well, that's good. So yeah, this is the kind of bot I'm. Well, this 1,000 lines of spaghetti is this bot. So, and well, and it is spaghetti because I really needed to. Well, I had to implement it really fast. Yeah, I was really happy when I saw the first message from the bot in the chat after 3,000 lines of code. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's. I'm not sure I could be developer like developing libraries, because precisely or because of that you get very little feedback for a very long time. Oh, okay. And I have to look into the libraries that are currently being used. Let's see. It's actually very lucky that you came along, Vivax. Because I would have fumbled around for quite a while if it wasn't for you coming here and... You're right, you mentioned some other libraries that are not actually listed here. Let me take a look in the chat history. Hikari, the main lib, and Tangent is a command handler for Hikari. So Hikari, okay, let's take a look at Hikari. I wonder why you're making your own implementation in that case. Like, what's the improvement you're bringing to the library? Hikari, Discord. Documentation. Let's look at that. Hikari API. Span source code. Okay. Let's see, what does it have? modules. Somewhat full screen. CLI, there's applications. It is related to Discord authentication. Modules. Well, these are really well. It looks like a good documentation. Well, okay, let's go home. Do they have a quick guide? Pip install Hikari, a new powerful static typed Python API for writing Discord bots. It's still in alpha. So when you say it's it's the main one, like I'm not sure. Like this doesn't sound like it is ready to be like the main library to be widespread. And it is a work in progress. Features may change or undergo improvements before the design is finalized. Until then, why not join our Discord? Feel free to ask questions, get update pages, and blah blah. Okay, so this is their homepage. That's it. So copyright MIT, or is it mid license? Yeah, probably license. Okay, let's try joining it. Server URL join. Welcome to Hikari. See, you have 300 people online, so there are some users. The community at least seems to be a reasonable size. In my Discord at the very top. Work. On random stuff. Crypto. Guess I can put it here. At least for now, okay. Then organizing my Discord servers. Right, general announcements, info. What do we have here? Terms of service. It was general load. RFI features. Yeah, what I was expecting in their home, some sort of quick guide where can, like a hello world example that I could start with. I guess it doesn't really matter. Action rule component, first element, that's exactly what I need. Okay, it has definitions. So how do I actually use it? Because with Discord Pi, I create a client. And with this, how am I supposed to use this? Oh, you initialize instance of get gateway bot or REST API if you only need to use REST API. I don't even know which one I want. How do I know which one I want? HTTP only. Connections can have as client connections of specific credentials acquired for it. Executor settings, rate limit. Okay, does that really help me all that much? gateway bot. Imagine this is O2 authentication based. OAuth, whatever its acronym is. This is the class you will want to use start control and build a bot with. Async auto sharding bot implementation. Okay, banner executor or Sculler cache, HTTP settings, intents. Does this not have intents? Yeah, I don't see intents here. Proxy settings, HTTP executor. So I guess I need this one. Yeah, I just wish it had an example how to actually use it. It would make it so much more convenient. I'm still hoping to find one. Look at GitHub. Oh, actually, I want to keep this page as well. Okay. Key carry tests pages. Requirements. Oh, does it require Python 3.10? Oh, 3.8. 3.8 is supported, so that's good. That's what I'm using. Oh, so yeah, this is what I was looking for. There is a very nice guide how to start. I wish, well, this should be on the first page, I think, on the home page of Hikari. If I were to give comments about that. Right. Rust-only applications. Bot listen. Okay, I need to. That's rest only. What kind of functionality it needs? Well, it supports. To run this instead. Additional resources. Command framework on top of Hikari so that you can start writing a bot quickly without implementing your own command handler. It doesn't include command framework by default, so you will want to pick a third-party library to do that, like Engine. Welcome back. I'm looking into this Hikari thing. You know, with the Hikari on their home page, where is it? They closed it. So this links to the source. If I go home, it says API is still in alpha state. That doesn't sound encouraging. Like, I don't want to commit to using something that's in alpha. Even though it seems quite comprehensive. This will only respond to message created in guilds. can use DM message create event instead. Message create event. So this is none type. Well, yeah, it returns none. And build message create event. Oh yeah, well, I'm using only DMs, so guild-based messages logging. Oh, that or message create and oh, so it is a common parent. So basically, on what type of parameter you define. Ping. Why is it ping? And on what user sends a message. Bond with Pong. So if event starts HK ping. Check there is actually content first. No message content exists. We would go get none here, okay. And it's bot or even content. Or not even content, okay. It's either a bot or not a content. Has no content. What kind of events don't have content? Edit? Well, if message create event, so guild message doesn't have content. The message was created without any content? Did that even happen? Not all messages are created. Yeah, well, that's this part. Well, it's either a user or a bot, I imagine. Like there is. Well, I guess the system could create a message, but I imagine they would use. Well, it would look like it would be reported as a bot of like Discord, like some built-in Discord. Maybe not actually. I wonder if pin created messages are marked by as a. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, pinning a message. But pinning message does it actually generate a guild message create event? Does it actually create a new message? Because imagine this is what it handles. Because this seems kind of impossible. IRC does. Let me double check the docs, okay. But still, it would have content, even though it doesn't create anything new. If the message wasn't like, if you're pinning a message, it should still have content of the message you're pinning. At least that's what I would expect. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to decide, do I need a gateway bot or a REST app? Like, what's the difference between them? This looks a bit different. Print my user. It's client. Can't fetch my user. REST app only responds to interactions, meaning you can't read messages. Oh. Okay, well, kinda need to read the message, at least as it is implemented now. Yeah, I can. I need to read the input from the users because not everything will be buttons. Yeah. Because some of the things you just, like for example, set alliance, set guild or player names. Yeah, this will be all messages from the user when they're setting it up. interactions are components and slash commands. Yeah, I know that. But yeah, that's the part of the interactions I'm interested in is the components. I don't really care about slash commands. People were asking for slash commands because, well, if you came here by other means, I guess I can show off my users. Like, this is my Discord, and this is my bot that sits in my Discord, and I've written instructions so people would know that. I guess this doesn't really explain all that much. Yeah, this is the main guide. So yeah, you message talking to configuration bot, so this user, private messages, blah blah blah, and when you just message anything, it will respond with a menu, and then from there on you just follow the bot, whatever you want to do. If you want to switch language, like that's where if you don't understand English, even then you can use it. I think it is Portuguese and Spanish, if I remember correct, or German. I don't remember. Yeah, I started 3. Spanish and Portuguese. Yeah. So English, Russian, Portuguese, and Spanish is the supported languages. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's not the point. What was the point? Yeah, I have a bunch of users that are using it, and some of them were asking for what's the name? The slash commands, because now, well, I charge money for it as well, so people pay money for this bot, so it costs 50 cents for a week. Well, it kind of costs like that. You can use it for free for 4 days, and after that you need to make a new bot. So people were asking for slash commands, so they wouldn't have to go through all the menus to actually create the bot. Instead they could just copy paste a command and just make it easier to keep using the free version, which I don't really care for. Like, I would much prefer if people paid for it. But yeah. I don't remember where I was going with this. I guess the point is that I actually need to read the message content sometimes. Even though I will replace these with buttons. Not even sure. I have a quick... Yeah, this is like the one implementation. So when I have a dynamic list where I don't even know, well, I don't have a predetermined number of entries, I just have numbers. So I guess I could keep the old way of interacting where you can enter a message. Some might be better as drop-downs. Yeah, I don't really like drop-downs actually, well, to be fair. At least this implementation. Maybe this web one is broken. I haven't seen it actually implemented on Discord itself. Maybe it works a little bit better, but this one is a bit odd because when you select something, it doesn't actually show anything. It makes it look like it's your job to go and update this component in the message when a user does an interaction and selects something. Also, it's not really, well, sometimes some of the options require, well, you need a way to select multiple at once, at least in my use case. So it doesn't really help me if I replace all of this list with a drop-down, in case I need to select like 3 out of 5. It's actually your job to update it. You can select multiple with drop-downs. Oh, you can. That's cool. I wonder how intuitive that is for the users. because if something is possible, yeah. So okay, it that explains it. So if it is my job to keep this component up to date, that is, you know, this is a bit of extra legwork on my part. A little bit like another point, like why? My question would be why? Why it doesn't automatically assign the label of the selection? Where is that? Selection row. The values. Yeah. Select menu. So select menu is of the options. So options have labels. So why isn't that label assigned? Or do oh yeah, placeholder. I don't really like how they are made. Like I think they have they will change quite a bit in the future. I just wouldn't, yeah, I don't want to implement like something like that into my bot. How it looks actually, I guess something you don't want it. Like if you have a message that you expect multiple users to click on, then updating the message will be confusing. Well, that's why it is in DMs. So all the interactions with the bot are happening in DMs, because as well as like innocuous ones and twos, you will be entering some of the information like that shouldn't be public, like your webhook URL. Well, it can be, but you know, you would rather not have. There are IDs. Well, the webhooks are treated as IDs as well. So, for example, if you have a configuration and you want to claim someone else, like well, like for example, you had a person who was maintaining your bot on your Discord server, like this bot that I'm making, and that guy leaves, and like you don't know how it was set up and you don't have access to it anymore, there is an option to claim other bots. And that, well, it asks the webhook that was used to create that bot, or even multiple bots, and they all will be assigned to you. Right, I'm just saying that it's likely why they don't update the selection themselves. Oh, yeah, okay, I didn't get that. Yeah, you're exactly right, yeah. At least that could be an option or something when creating it. Well, maybe it will be. Yeah, it's probably something for the libraries to implement. Like a default behavior. Even then, no, actually not. Why it would be, like, I get it that it's on the public channel, if you put it on a public channel, but even then, each user has its own instance of that, like, because Discord is like a web browser. Like when you go to a forum, like which is publicly accessible by anyone, when you pick an option from a dropdown, it doesn't change on other people's pages. So why can't they make it the same way, where each user sees his own selection? Like why do I need to see other people's selections in their dropdown? That should be like, yeah. So there are many things like that you need to think about it, and it doesn't really feel finalized yet. So I would stay clear of these select menus for now. Like buttons feel okay. Well, I say okay, well, that is why my commands are hidden. Only user that did the interaction can see the response. Oh, can you actually do that? I thought that's just how Discord works. Can you actually hide messages in public channels? Mute. Yes, I want. Okay. You just set a flag when responding to an interaction. Okay, well, I guess that's been thought through. Or is it... Yeah, I guess it has to be something provided by Discord themselves. Or other interactions. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna be using the library anyways. Hikari. Why do they say it's still an alpha? Are they still actually working on it? Like making major changes? Like the design is not finalized? Yeah, it says it has version 2.0.0. Doesn't really look like an alpha version. An opinionated, static type Discord micro framework. API and gateway. Built, okay. It looks like the use, like how it's implemented, like its use looks very similar. Like reminds me of Discord Pi a lot. Well, I guess the structure of the hierarchy comes from, well, it's based on what Discord provides themselves. It's very likely influenced, yeah. I guess, well, all of them will be somewhat similar, but just because it's all based on Discord's API. So there isn't... It is also just a good way to do it. Yeah, hard to say. I don't really know much. Well, even though I have quite a lot of development experience, I still don't feel like I can say what's a good way to do it and what's not. Like, for example, well, since you seem to be a knowledgeable developer, probably more knowledgeable than me, most likely, I have a rant. I ranted earlier in this stream, I was ranting about this. Like, I just hate, like, do you think this is a good way to write out a, well, definition of a function? Well, it actually calls the functions. To call a function like this, like cram everything into the actual brackets where the parameters go. Like, I hate that. Like, I don't understand why people do this. Why is this good? Like, I did the same thing when I was trying to write the bot. So pretty much the same thing is accomplished by this code, and this to me looks way more readable. Its obvious way to do this Hikari is a bit better with the builder pattern. Maybe? Well, I'm not talking about the principles of how the library is set up. I'm just talking about the style of writing. Like, how is this less readable than this? I get you can read individual what like everything is visible, but still, it looks a lot more like a mess than this. So well, I guess you can see odd things, but you can see these things as well, that one array is inside of another array. Well, at least that's how it was supposed to be implemented. But yeah, this is just a rant. Yeah, I'm not really using this library. Do you have a page for your library? Oh yeah, what's different about your library? What are you adding to the Discord API? Because I imagine if you're writing your own library, you have something to improve on. You have some different ideas how to do something. Is there a page where I could read about it? Okay, this doesn't work. That can stay commented out. My main goal with it is just being able to update it when I want to, instead of waiting on others. Okay. Well, that's good. I guess that's as good of motivation as any other. I'd say, oh, it is a lot of work to maintain a library. I'm not sure why you would be so keen on doing it yourself. It is on GitHub, but it's really early in the development and I really need to improve the docs. Yeah, okay, well, then I won't dig through it, because I'm not really all that great with libraries and so on. It's like an average, very average developer, how I would describe myself. It's the game API. This I won't be using anymore, so I say Hikari is really good. I wonder why don't they link it in the official Discord developer page? I have too many windows open. Can't keep track. All of this. Discord. Oh, this is a different page. Okay, this makes sense. I guess it's quite new, and Discord Pi has been the default for a long time. Yeah, I guess, yeah, it was the default. It's no longer listed there. So it is actually discontinued, like properly discontinued. Even Discord doesn't recommend using it. Because that's how I found it, by just looking into this. Now you see it links like 4 different libraries. I think back then it only had one suggestion, and that was Discord Pi. Discord interactions, Python, Flask Discord interactions, Displike. Okay, so last updated on September 21. I think the interactions, well, the components came after that. Like, I think components are a very recent addition to Discord. Like, in last 2 months or so. I don't actually know. Maybe it already has everything implemented. Interactions Python for November, end of November. No, not that new, okay. Guess I'm just out of touch. Out of the loop. So this is what they actually recommend on using. Well, to be honest, it doesn't look as extensive as... What? Wait, is this just an empty project to showcase? Can't be everything in that file. Fun. Does this wrap some other library? Oh, May 26. Wow. Okay. I'm way out of the loop. Yeah, I haven't worked on Discord bots for a while. I'm just coming back, trying to... Well, some of the people asked me to stream development content, so... And I was putting off implementing new features for a long time. So yeah, now it's the time to catch up. What's going on? Let's see. This isn't the one I was just looking at. Maybe this. Yeah, this seems a bit more comprehensive. Oh, so use with Flask. Never used Flask myself. Drop at a time. I can't help it, I want to use well, I try to avoid using third-party libraries as much as I can. Log4j was a really good wake-up call for everyone. Like, well, the vulnerability in Log4j, that's currently thundering all over the world. Like, such an innocuous library. And like, it's so widely used, like everyone was using it. Like, need it or not, like when you start a project, you just basically add Log4j just because it's so common. Like, it's just common sense to use it. Only libs I use in my framework are LogEuro and IIO-HTTP. Well, those sound useful. In my applications, I like use pretty much nothing. Okay, let's look at this abomination. Oh, this spaghetti, I don't think I use anything. PyMySQL. Well, everything is built in. Like everything that's in Python by itself. Well, I think I had to install PyMySQL, so that's kind of third party. And Discord. I don't do anything else. LogEuro is a super nice logger out of the box, and HTTP is like requests, but synchronous. Don't remember about the synchronous HTTP requests. I'm trying to remember if I actually had to use something like that at some point. I guess everything is done in Discord. Installed the libraries. It's currently kind of broken. But yeah, and log, well, AIO HTTP, yeah, okay, it makes sense. Well, because it does the asynchronous requests. Well, even though I'm not using it myself, yeah, it's very hard to avoid using third-party libraries. Yeah, well, one nice thing about Python is that they are willing to incorporate like popular libraries into the Python itself. So that's very nice. So if something is really popular and everyone is using it, eventually it will probably find its way into the Python itself. So it will be one of the built-in libraries. I'm not sure about LogEuro. Like logging, like the default built-in logging seems fine for me. Like it doesn't, like, it requires some basic setup and it works. So I don't really need anything extra from my logging. I just want to know if something happens, like log an error, log in some major events. Some say the stdlib is where stuff goes to die because it is harder to update than, yeah, I can definitely see that. But you know, that's where stability comes from. That's what developers of actual products, well, I'm not sure. Well, I imagine you worked in bigger companies as well. So yeah, the stability is the key, because when you create a project, you want to have it, well, it will be running for a long time, it will be maintained for a long time. And if when you do updates, you suddenly break functionality, then you need to go back and refactor the code. Like that's That's additional costs that you don't really want to, you try to avoid. So you use libraries that are long-running, stable, and yeah. That's why Microsoft is so big in enterprise, because everything they make will be compatible after like X number of years. And that's why it's a pain in the ass as well for developers. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm done for today. Actually, you came, like, if not for you, I'm not sure how long I would have fumbled around with different libraries until I realized that what I'm doing is nonsense, and well, this is not the right way to do it. Yeah, I completely forgot to check Discord's official documentation, what kind of Python libraries it links, because I remembered it only had the link to a Discord Pi, and I wasn't aware that it's discontinued. Like, I'm not subscribed to any newsletters or anything, so I missed that. And when I saw that it's missing the feature I need, I just googled, and the first hit was whatever that was, that library that I was trying to use. Is this the one? Oh, Discord Pi. Well, whatever. Yes, Microsoft Kings of backward compatibility. Reason you can't name a file com0 in Windows. Oh, there are many things relating to backwards compatibility. But you know, that's what enterprises want, and well, companies like Microsoft provides. Microsoft, Oracle, IBM, like all of them are the same. I imagine Google will be the same way eventually, if it's not already like that already. So I guess I can install Hikari already. It seems like a solid library. Hopefully, well, wait, it doesn't have commands, right? So if I eventually want to code with commands, it will require another library. Yeah, it says in its own documentation. It states that. Was it? I think it was. See, commands. Yeah, command framework. So Tanjan, Lexicon command framework designed to extend Hikari. Okay. Well, if it's new, well, maybe it's not that bad. Well, Lightbulb and Tangent work closely with Hikari. They share a Discord server and the developers are active. Well, that's the important part, I guess. If it's still being actively developed, I think it's fine. Well, if they have all the features I need for now, because what will happen most likely, I will write the new version and just deploy it and forget about it for another 3 or so years until I come back and something has to, well, I want to change something. Because this spaghetti code has been running for a long time. But the problem, like, this is how dumb limitations get introduced in code. You do something that you need to do something really quick, so you just do a bunch of copy paste and make something work over a couple of days, and then yeah, when the time comes to maintain or add new features, then it becomes a disaster, like impossible to do anything. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's why I need to rewrite it in a more manageable way. And yeah, this feels like it should definitely be split into multiple files. Well, at the very least, it should be split into multiple files. Like now the current implementation at least has well, the idea how I implement it now. So when I handle the message, let's say I need to get a menu. So this is how I actually now create menus. So I just have a base class with a bunch of functions. Like this looks like a proper code. Like it at least superficially looks like it's some proper proper code. I'm not even sure why I do pass an empty dictionary here. Like this has been started more than a year ago. I'm just coming back to it to finish it, because back then I just lost interest in developing, like rewriting this bot, because the old spaghetti nonsense was it still works. Like that's the problem with it. It works. That's why it stayed like that for that long. It works, people use it, they sometimes complain that certain menus are missing certain features, but no. I'm not gonna delve into that spaghetti to add those options. Like it's still usable, it still functions, it doesn't break. Use mutable as default, the horror. What? Mutable as... where is it? You mean this? That. Why it's so horrible? I don't... enlighten me. I can introduce some strange bugs. I haven't encountered any yet myself. I'm actually, like, I'm quite new to Python. I'm originally a Java developer. Like my official background, and I used to work as enterprise Java developer. Because that always will be the same dictionary. Oh, so it's the same instance. Well, I just don't want to have none. I think that's how it's. That's why it's not that I actually use it. I'm supposed to. When I initialize, you see, I create my own instance. That's how I'm using it. And here I added it. I think I was changing the behavior of. I don't remember. Adding it to the context. Oh, I assign it to my menus context. But it's never actually. Oh, because some of the functions, sometimes some of the instances of menus don't have context. And I kind of use it as a parameter later on. So that's why I would be able to, because menu is just a base class, there are other types of menus. Well, yeah, this one doesn't have context. Instead it has an array of item IDs. And when it calls, does it even? Yeah, it calls super. It doesn't actually have a context to pass. I guess I could just have make it like this, but instead of adding additional variables to each instance where I call that menu constructor, I just added a new variable. This was an afterthought, if you so if it's not obvious. It wasn't meant to have context at the very beginning, but later on I realized that I need context for certain menus. So that's why when I added it, I added it with a default value, so when I'm calling it without context, it wouldn't crash. Fair enough, it's just something that is usually avoided because it can behave in a way so you would not expect. Yeah, well, since I'm Java developer in general, I'm not used to like scripting languages in general. Like, well, I used to code in ActionScript, well, basically Flash. At the very beginning, like when my first job as a developer, well, I was hired as Java developer, but the product they were working on was written in Java. Well, the backend was in Java, frontend was in Flash, at least the that's a long story. But yeah, basically. So yeah, I don't really have much experience with Python. Like this is I'd say my largest project I worked on with Python. And scripting languages in general, I have some experience with ActionScript, but ActionScript was actually strictly typed. So you can't just have, I think it is strictly typed. I don't remember actually. It is a little bit different. It's based on the same, well, ECMA standard is that defines how, well, that's what JavaScript is based on, and ActionScript is another implementation of the same ECMA standard that is standard for JavaScript, TypeScript, and all of the other variants of JavaScript. So ActionScript is one of them, but it has its own quirks, and I think the typing is one of the things that is different there. But yeah, Python is something I'm quite new to. I'm just learning as I go, I guess. But yeah, that's really good info to have. So not to do this, I can just basic setup. Yeah, well, I will be rewriting this most likely anyways. That is what I like with Python. With type hints, I can have almost the same security as statically typed languages, but with way more freedom. Yeah, actually, I like that feature a lot as well. Well, I haven't used any hints here. Very few, if any. Like when I wrote this, I didn't actually know much about hints. I wasn't aware of them. Like, so I didn't use them. But yeah, that is really cool. Having like hints on what kind of type it will return and so on. That's really cool. Even though it doesn't strictly mean that you will get this type, but yeah, you can just let. Oh, I don't even know how it actually works. Does it actually generate an error message or something like that? Like a runtime error or maybe a warning of some sorts? If the type you return doesn't match what's the hint type? Well, the thing you think it's defined. Okay, menu list is. It's a string. That's a yeah. Look how I build strings. Very. I guess you construct strings like that when you when you write hello world. Type hints does nothing at runtime. It does set attribute, but Python does not use it itself. You need to run type checkers. Oh, most common is MyPy, but PyWrite is better. Okay. Those are new to me. Oh, there's so much to learn. Well, there's always so much to learn. Type checkers, Python. Type checkers. Yeah, I didn't even know that that's a thing. Real Python. I guess that's why this website is called Real Python. Type systems. Okay, let's look at the PyWrite. PyWrite versus MyPy. Oh, it's done by Microsoft. I know. Why does it say slash Microsoft Pyrite? Is it actually Microsoft? Well, doesn't sound like Microsoft would be developing things like that. Am I reading it wrong? It does say Microsoft. Alright, is what I used in Visual Studio Code by default. Oh. Oh. If it was developed by Microsoft, it would make sense that it was default in Visual Studio Code or any Visual Studio product. I'm checking for Python. Installation. Pyrite. What is the difference between Pyrite and Pylance? Open source. There's additional features. There's the long-term plan. Officially supported Microsoft type checker for Python. So it is developed by Microsoft. Okay. So yeah, that's like you can't go any more solid than Microsoft, I guess. Like if you want to rely on something that's built by a reputable source, and yeah, Microsoft would definitely be one of the top picks. In my experience, Pyrite is better at narrowing types down and supports more features sooner than MyPy. Yeah. I wonder if it's actually worth using it then. that's the thought I have. Do I actually need it? Do I want it? Oh, this is the same. Visual Studio integration, I don't care. Oh, it has Visual Studio Code integration. Oh, okay. So it will generate errors and warnings if the types don't match. Okay. That's cool, I guess. But does it have integration with other IDEs? Because it might not have. Okay, let's see if Pyrite is actually Pyrite. They need for Eclipse. Have an integration. Your errors. Navigating code used by dev. Yeah, I use PyDev is the plugin on Eclipse. You can always run it on command line. Yeah, well, of course you can, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I guess I just installed, since I always used Eclipse as my IDE. I played around with Visual Studio products only when I was in university. After that, I worked with, when I was when I was testing software, writing tests, we did some work on Visual Studio. But yeah, that was long time ago. Yeah, I wonder what's how good integration with Eclipse is. I write Eclipse copyright tool. Maybe it makes it feel like Google doesn't like Microsoft and hides relevant results really well. Because yeah, getting me copyright. Pyrite? Maybe I need to add Py. So GitHub source for Python. Eclipse and Maven plugins are available. Okay, that's good, I guess. Find bestopensource.com. So this is some sort of website where people rate libraries? Does Eclipse have like a plugin marketplace? Yeah, it does. It has a very extensive marketplace. Well, Eclipse marketplace. So yeah, this is where I got the PyDev from. Let's see, it's a little to load. Right. Oh, yeah, it initially well, gives some suggestions right off the bat. Let's see, Py, right. Claims there is, okay. Doesn't find anything. Let's see, what about PyDev? If anything, PyDev might have the... Okay. Where can I find the link? Their website, pydev.org. Okay. Okay, wrong window. Why is it everything so small? Completion, test integration, code coverage, Plugger. This hint, type hinting. Let's see what does it say about that. Sphinx. Looks like they use MyPy. Okay. Oh. Where do you see that? MyPy. Oh, MyPy integration. Okay. Yeah, I guess it uses MyPy. Oh. Code analysis. Yeah, I guess being developed by Microsoft doesn't leave. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe people are just don't like Microsoft. Like, at least it used to be like that. That people try to steer away from Microsoft products just out of the principle. At least in open source community, at least it felt like it. I'm not sure how true that was. This could be one of those cases, or maybe MyPy is just so widespread. Sponsors 21.10.31, so latest update 9.2. Hey, thank you for the follow. Well, I haven't asked you the standard question I ask people when they join my stream. Where are you from? If you don't mind telling me, because I'm very interested where people are from. Norway. Oh, so you're pretty much local. So I will be streaming again this evening, because now I just did it for the Americans. Well, or my users that are from the USA, because the idea is I publish, well, I made an announcement that I will be doing development streams showing, well, this is what the, well, at least some people like this. So I'm suggesting to update the interface from like this menu would basically would look like this in the end. So yeah, and I was announcing my streams and so on, asking people to come subscribe and watch if they want to support my development endeavors. And some people want to just know how to develop. I'm not really the best teacher. Looking at like this spaghetti code I have produced. Like this is just shameful. It shows how low, how bad the code can be, and it still work, still perform its function. Oh, I'm from Lithuania, by the way. Here's a little Lithuanian flag and Lithuanian map to indicate how Lithuanian I am. Let's see. Yeah, so this is nothing more than just illustration how bad you can write the code and it will still work. So, this trees of ifs, and if each if goes and assigns a different value to the variable, like, and that's those values are later on. Oh, this is the language. So this is how you select language. So basically, if you're in the select menu, select language menu, this is the code that gets and it's right next to, what is this? List players? What? That seems like a perfect place for a dictionary or list to grab from instead. It could, yeah, dictionary, yeah, actually you're right. Like, I didn't, I barely started learning Discord at that point. It was like just a very small side project. And at the time, like the situation was like this. I developed a bot, well, I can showcase my bot real quick. Like this configuration bot is just something I made for myself to make my life easier. But the actual bot, like this is the kill bot. Like, so this is what people are actually here for, is this bot that basically there's a game called Albion Online that I played at that time. And it is a full loot PvP MMO. So meaning that it is open world, you go, like it's basically, if you kill someone, you can kill anyone you want pretty much in open world. Like there is no dueling, or, well, you can duel people, but duels are friendly type of PvP. Usually you just go out with friends looking for people to kill, and when you kill a person, he drops everything. Like he gets up, he respawns naked without anything. So you get a bunch of stuff, especially since there is no safe way to travel between certain locations, certain key locations in game. So there's plenty of opportunities to kill people. And so this is an example of a kill. Like it says, like this was, well, since it's green, so the guy was a healer. Well, the group had a healer. The fame was split. Well, fame is XP or something like that. So the healer did a little bit of damage as well. Oh, that sounds very interesting. I will have to check it out sometime. Well, if you're looking for a good MMO, I think it was recently they just announced that they got awarded like the best mobile game, because it's, well, it's not mobile, but it has versions for mobile as well. It was developed for desktop first, and then it moved to mobile. It is a really good game. It also got the award for best PvP game. So, and it looks like it feels like actually I can showcase. Oh, it gives me a chance to. Oh, where is the link? I need to find the link and show what it looks like. For stream. This is some nice footage. I think this is the one. Yeah, here's montage. So yeah, this is from my old guild that currently, well, that disbanded. This is the future. So this is how the game looks like. So you're controlling, like, your perspective is fixed. You can't really turn around. Yeah, separator between lines, because my opinion screen you gave, what could look like, looks cramped. Well, yeah, it is cramped because, well, I don't want to waste space. I want the menu to take up as little space as possible, because you have mobile users as well. And like especially when you're entering something, well, when you have a keyboard overlay, you don't really have all that much space to see what's well, for the rest of the screen. So I'm thinking of that case. But yeah, this is I'm showcasing the gameplay of Albion Online. So this is very old footage. Like, the game has changed drastically, but the essence is the same. You basically, well, so these all areas is where you actually go and level up. Well, you used to at least go. Now it's not really all that viable. Like, there are better places to level up. But this is how it looks. So you PvP, you kill someone, you immediately can pick up their loot. So, and it's very lucrative, exciting as on top, because these items are like, we're not running with trash items. Like, these guys are trash, but like the ones we're killing at this moment, those were new players that we, well, thought it would be funny to kill. But like, these fights, like, these people are not using trash gear. Like, they are in good gear, and we get a lot of money from these skills. So that's why people want to have, like, that's where the use case for my bot came from. So yeah, so each of these skills would be reported to Discord. You can set up, you want to monitor your guild skills, your alliance skills, your and your friend skills, and so on, or deaths. Like, it's the same way. And yeah, the configuration bot. So the problem I ran into eventually was that people were asking me to set up a bot for them so much that I just was spending hours each day setting up bots for other people. So that's why I wanted to make something that would let me automate that process. So I had to do quite a few changes in the bottoms itself, and that's why I made this configuration bot. And since each day I didn't have it working, I had to spend hours setting up bots for other people. That's why this code looks like spaghetti. Well, it is spaghetti code. It is garbage, but it works. And well, that's why I can't really do many changes. Like, I can't really easily, at least, extend it and so on. Well, I guess that's the nice closure to the stream. I should be back in the evening. Well, you'll see the notification since you're following. But yeah, I will stream for like 3 more hours in the evening. But for now I'm done. Time to go to eat. Time to go make and eat some lunch. And spacer between the lines, we'll see how it looks. I guess I could play around with it. I need to look into how it looks on mobile and so on. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm open to suggestions like that. Well, when I'll get to that, I will. Well, hopefully I won't forget, which is there's a high chance that I will forget by the time I'll get to that point, because now it seems like I need to learn a new library. Well, to rewrite the current implementation using a new library that actually supports these buttons, because the library that I was using to interact with Discord is discontinued at this point. No one is developing it anymore, and well, it doesn't have all the features I want to implement, like the buttons. Yeah, the buttons are quite new, well, somewhat new to Discord. So yeah, that's gonna be a big change. So when that is done and I actually get functioning buttons, then I can try playing around with UI if I want to arrange it somewhat differently. And the actual look comes from this. Discord themselves built this tool to play around with new features like buttons. Yeah, front end is usually the least of worries. Well, it's not something you go. Well, it already has a front end, but eventually it will be the main focus. It's not the main focus at the moment. Well, it's not looking bad. No, it's subjective. It's functional. I did the best I could with because like the content of the message is very limiting. I could have added some fancy features, but yeah, time constraints on top of the limitations of the libraries, like it all colluded into like, yeah. Not like Albion players are picky or anything. Well, no. People are happy that, well, I'm happy at least that they don't have to do these set up these bots manually. So I'm happy about that, and I guess people are happy that they don't have to message someone and pester people and wait for someone to set up the bot for them. It's much more convenient to have, well, I imagine that it's much more convenient to just have a bot you can message day and night. You can always mess around with code showcase using triple quotes formatting or just showing a TXT file. Discord is pretty neat when handling text boxes, although on mobile it shows as a single file, so not viable. Yeah, Discord has quite a few features like that seem like a good idea, but when you start playing around, you realize that on mobile it's just broken or doesn't work properly, and so on. Yeah. Okay, I really need to go because I can keep talking and like the time goes. So I'll be back later on in the evening. I will start working on implementing this Hikari library and incorporating it into my bot, rewriting it so it actually works using Hikari, because it doesn't really look all that different. Like the base implementation, like the example they gave, like looks very reminiscent of the library I was using. I imagine it won't be all that difficult to at least get initial version working, and after that then figuring out how to use the buttons and so on will be another task. But yeah, for today I think, well, for the evening I think I will be happy if I get Hikari working properly. So that's gonna be the next stream, well, later today. Same here, university starts in 2 hours and no more remote studios. Oh, the remote learning, remote studying is done. Wow, about time. Have a enjoyable. Well, you too. Thanks for coming by. That was well, it was really cool to have my own users come along and give feedback. Because it's not that I don't like people, I just don't like typing. Typing is like something I don't want to do, and like that's the main way you can interact with users. Well, at least that's the main way I can interact with my users, so I try to avoid like streaming seems like a perfect combination. I love speaking, I love explaining things, I just don't like typing things. At least here in Poland it's like, oh, a neighbor, Poland. I don't like typing this program. Yeah, well, another thing about programming, that like this misconception is like very odd, because people, well, a lot of the people imagine programming as just power typing. You sit at the keyboard and you just keep typing code, and that's what programming is. When actually programming is more about solving problems. Most of the time you're just looking at the screen and thinking, why, how? That's, at least from my experience, that's the most of the coding. Like you're just trying to think how to solve the certain problem. Yeah, 5% to 95%. Well, maybe not that. Maybe you're spending a little bit too much time. Well, but yeah, learning, studying, like that's the core part of development, like not the typing part. Typing is, you can copy paste most of the things anyways. Well, you shouldn't, but sometimes it happens. No, actually you should write the code in a style where you don't need to copy paste. So yeah, well, I think I'm digging a hole for myself that so I think I should stop. So appreciate everyone coming, and yeah, I'll be back this evening implementing the new library. So okay, bye for now. I'm going for lunch.